See the light, Ditchlights, with our second run of C39-8 locomotives. Join us as we learn more about this unique model and we visit with modelers who tell you all about this exciting new release. So let's talk about the hallmark of the Rivet Counter brand. That's railroad, road number, and era-specific details. Let's start out with the GE demonstrator unit. Of course, with the demo unit, GE's trying to sell those to railroads, so those would have roamed all over North America, so they look at home on just about any railroad in the 80s. And this is pre-ditchlight era, so these are going to have a beacon, and they're actually mounted out on the number board housing, which makes this a very special feature. When using DCC, that beacon will of course flash. And then Conrail and Norfolk Southern were the two big purchasers originally of the C39s. The Conrail units are going to be the Phase 3 version, and of course they've got Ditchlights on the front. And if you're a Conrail modeler, you know, quality is a really hot paint scheme right now. And we've had some requests to do the C39s in that scheme, but the photos are really scarce with Ditchlights. If you have C39s both with or without Ditchlights, we'd love to have those photos in the quality scheme. Contact us at sales@scaletrains.com. CSX and NS took over Conrail. You'll notice Ditchlights. We've got a couple of different variations. We got the full repaints in the YN2 and a couple of different patch units. We've got straight Conrail and we've got Conrail quality. And another appeal, we've had a lot of requests to do the YN3 paint scheme for CSX. Well, those are scarce as well when it comes to photos, so if you have pictures, we'd love to do those in a future run. Email us at sales@scaletrains.com. Next on the list, Norfolk Southern. Of course, what makes Norfolk Southern unique is it has Ditchlights both front and rear, and when you blow the horn, those Ditchlights are going to flash. These are Phase 2 variants, so they're going to look a little bit different than the others. Let's say that you do a lot of freelance work or you have a unique railroad. A lot of folks are taking these Pennsylvania Northeasterns and they're treating them as patch units and making them special for their railroad. One thing to point out too is if you look at the grills, you'll notice the radiator grills were replaced, so they're a little bit different look than the standard grills of the other models. And then we step to the Savage units. As Drayton would say, these are Savage. There's the patch jobs, and then we've got, of course, the full repaints coming a little bit later this year. So now that we've talked about the unique features of these models, let's hear from a couple of modelers who are running these on their railroad and see some run-bys.
I am Todd Arnett. I live in Iron Station, North Carolina, originally from Portsmouth, Ohio, which is along the N&W, and I saw it my whole life into the Norfolk Southern days, so that transferred to this railroad here. C39-8, Overland come out with one and I couldn't afford it, and I wanted one for years and years and years. Lo and behold, C39-8s came out there, what, 2 years ago, year and a half? And I have a case full of them, so one dream came true, if you will. So, and they're great. They're absolute stunners. When I saw them running long hood forward, they looked mean, like an SD45. They just looked mean and powerful. So, and me being in engineering, that always appealed to me. That's what got me into this hobby, if you will, and the interest in railroads is the engineering side of it and the power, the horsepower, the traction, and I mean, if you think about it, steel on steel, you should slip, right? The lighting and the sounds, and once again, the motor. It's just, you don't hear the motor, and that's key to me. I don't want to hear the motor over the sounds. So, and they pull. They could climb a tree, as my old man used to say. So, and they just look mean running long hood forward, which is how NS ran them. So it's pretty much out of the box, you're good to go.
Very smooth operations, which is one of the things that I look for in a locomotive, is it needs to be able to operate at slow speeds really well and for switching and things like that. The detail was great. The lights, everything looked fantastic. I had no issues.
As we talk about delivery, this is going to be the final production run for 2 years. We're going to let these things rest until late 2021. So if you're in the market for a C39-8, this is the opportunity to pick up your favorite railroad now. You can learn more about these on our website at scaletrains.com and select retailers.